Hey, how's it going? Today, we're going to take a look at lobbying and how it is that they get access to Congress. Hopefully, you picked up a little bit about lobbying from the videos we looked at the other day, and then poking around on that Open Secrets website for yesterday's assignment. So, just want to review: a lobbyist is somebody whose job is to talk to congressmen or to talk to people in bureaucratic agencies for a salary. Like these are people who do this for a living. Um, According to disclosure information, there are about 12,000 lobbyists, full-time lobbyists registered with the government in Washington on K Street. And then there's another 30,000 lobbyists who do this part-time. So when you think about how many lobbyists that is per congressman, it's pretty staggering. Um, and then you look at numbers that just last year alone, $4 billion spent on lobbying. Now, I have in parentheses here, that's just on bills. Like that doesn't include money that they spent dealing with campaigns, re-elections, or anything like that. Like that is just the money that interest groups spent paying people to talk to Congress on their behalf. And you can see this graph here. There was a pretty massive expansion in lobbying costs starting in 2008. And that, of course, relates to the federal bailout plans as the housing market was tanking and unemployment went up to 10%. As the federal government is giving out trillions of dollars, everybody's trying to get a slice of it, from airlines to corporate lobbyists to even cities and towns who are hiring lobbyists to get some of that money appropriated to their geographic area. And so it's been fairly consistent since that time. I suspect that as we try to recover from the coronavirus situation, as the federal government continues to spend massive amounts of money, I have a feeling that we'll see lobbyists and the spending go up again. Think of lobbyists like law firms. You know, like you see those guys on TV, Elk and Elk. Have you been injured in a car accident? Call us. It's kind of the same thing. Are you looking to get a bill readjusted to lower a tax rate for your corporation? Then call the Podesta Group. They have office buildings, they're professional staffs, and they're all, just like the financial stuff is on Wall Street. Lobbyists are on a street in Washington called K Street. And so these companies get big contracts from different interest groups to lobby on behalf of bills that are important to those groups. Just like a law firm, the more often that you are successful in your litigation, the more business you get. Same thing with an interest or with a lobby firm. The more often you get bills to look like the way the interest groups want, the more often you get hired and the more business you get. One thing to mention is this idea of a revolving door. It's something that leads to the corruption of lobbying. The revolving door refers to three different jobs that an individual might have over the course of their career. They might go from being a congressman to a lobbyist, or maybe a corporate executive to a lobbyist. And so the whole thing kind of feels corrupt because you have these same individuals who work in the private sector and then lobby congressmen, or they were former congressmen and now they work for a lobbyist, for a lobby firm. And so it just feels like they have maybe insider access that the rest of us don't necessarily have. And there's tons of money in that. So when Paul Ryan went from being Speaker of the House and left, he was offered multi-million-dollar contracts from both private companies and from lobby firms, because when you're in a position of power in Congress, you already have your foot in the door to be able to talk to these congressmen to get bills to come out the way interest groups want. Here's a look at some of the top spenders in the past year. U.S. Chamber of Commerce spent the most on lobbying efforts with $77 million. This Open Society Policy Center is kind of a collection of George Soros supported interests that are trying to shape all kinds of policy. And then you look at a lot of these on down the list, a lot of them deal with medical stuff. Ever since Obamacare and major restructuring of healthcare in America, you see lots more pharmaceutical and healthcare interests weighing in the way these bills are shaped. Anytime Congress is looking to majorly overhaul a policy area, you're going to get a lot of lobbying. And here are some of the top lobby firms for profits: 42 million, 39 million, 29 million. It's pretty substantial. Business is good right now for lobbyists.